afternoon, folks. Big Bo with RVs with Big Bo at Parkway RV Center. Got another beautiful Class C we're going to review today, and this is another Jayco product. Guys, I'm really a big fan of the Jayco Class Cs and these later model motor homes. They seem to be built very, very well. They have an excellent reputation, and I think it's something that's going to hold up very, very well over the years compared to a lot of other newer brands. And this particular one, guys, is just another one, just another prime example of one that you literally have to go buy a brand new one to get one any nicer than this. And this is a 2017 Jayco Redhawk 23XM. First time I've actually reviewed this particular floor plan. And total length is 26 feet 8 inches long. That's bumper to bumper at its longest point. This particular unit has got only 11,550 miles, and I mean, there's no excuses for it whatsoever, guys. HD Max, which is pretty much in between just a plain white one and full body paint. Ford V10, 305 horsepower, 420 pound-feet of torque. E450 chassis, so you got the wider wheelbase. 2 slide outs, and what's cool about this is you've got the rear slide and you've got a really small side slide, so you don't have to have a real wide side. This is just a double door closet on this slide out, and then you got the bed in the back in the rear slide. So got some really cool features, guys. Got a 4 kW Onan generator with 200 hours on it running right now. Tires look great. Got a power awning. 7,500 pound tow capacity. Again, guys, I do not recommend putting that, personally don't recommend putting that much weight on an E450 chassis. I would probably max it out around 6,000 pounds, but you know, the specs say you can do it. So, you know, if you buy this motorhome, it's your motorhome, you do what you want to with it, but never go over 7,500 pounds. But I do not recommend ever taking a E-Series chassis, putting that much weight on it, towing it. You can see, guys, beautiful finish on it. Tires look great. We drove it several hundred miles here. Dash air's ice cold, no check engine lights, no warning lights. Roof air's cold, refrigerator freezer's getting cold. Literally shows hardly any use on the inside. Probably one of the nicest ones for sale in the country right now. Literally half price of a brand new one. At $64,900. You know, you look them up online. Of course, they don't make this particular floor plan anymore. I think that they start out with a 24B. But now they start out at $105,000 in a 2022 Jayco Redhawk, which is 50 grand less than this. Not quite half price, but guys, y'all don't understand how new RV dealers work and how most other used RV dealerships work. You can't just go get a cashier's check for $105,000, walk into a new RV dealership, even if they have it in stock, and say, hey, I want to buy, here, give me my 2022 Jayco Redhawk. You've got advertised for $105. Here's a cashier's check for $105. Give me the keys. I'm going to take it home. No, guys. RV advertising, just like car advertising, can be very, very deceptive. That price is only after a bunch of discounts, and to qualify for those discounts, they make it where you have to finance through certain lenders. You have to buy certain upsells, aftermarket products like extended warranties, gap insurance, tire and wheel protection packages, and you know, not everybody can get that RV for the advertised price. You have to jump through hoops to do it. And to buy it for $105, you're going to have to spend an additional 25, 30 grand to buy it for that price. So by the time it's said and done, you're going to pull out paying $130, $135 for a motorhome that was advertised $105. That's how they get you, guys. They just shuffling money around. You know, MSRP about $125. What they do is they tell you, if you go through this bank, we'll give you a $5,000 discount. The reason they do that, because they're making $10,000 going through that bank. By marking the interest rate up, they're just giving you some of that money back. So pretty much, you're paying for your own rebate. So they're just shuffling the profit around. And they tell you, all right, we'll give you $3,000, you know, to get the $105 price. Part of that discount off MSRP means you have to buy a 5-year extended warranty through this warranty company. It's not worth the flip when you need it. We're going to give you $3,000 back. That's because they've got it marked up $7,000 the warranty over dealer cost. Again, you're basically paying for your own rebate. So really, you're not saving anything. You're paying exactly the same either way you go. You're paying MSRP, but just shuffling the money around. Here, guys, it's $64.09 plus applicable sales tax. If you're a Georgia resident, there is a $50 to $100 highway impact fee, $40 to $50 tag and title fee. No, there's no fees. There's no upsells. We offer no extended warranties because we don't want to rip our customers off because they're not worth the paper they're written on. We don't offer gap insurance because you're buying it. I think book on this, we're 15 grand under book. You don't need gap insurance buying one that far under book value. If you feel like you need it, call your auto insurance company and get it for a fraction of what a dealer will charge you, because the dealers, like everything else, they've got it marked up 4 or 5 times dealer cost. And that's how they get you, guys. It's more than just the price anymore. Like I said, you're not going to walk in off the street and buy anything for the advertised price at a new RV dealership, especially the corporate ones, guys. It's going to be significantly more, and that's how they get you, guys. It's just a teaser to get you in the door that price. So, like I said, brand new Jayco Redhawk, time you get through with everything, it's going to be 130, 135 grand. This is $64.09 in tax, half price. 11,554.5 miles. No check. I do have the parking brake on, but no check engine lights. Dash air's ice cold. Got a good stereo. Backup camera works great. I mean, I can't find anything to fault on it, guys. Seats look great all the way around. No smoke, no pet odors. Tilt cruise, power windows, power locks. It does have the J Ride, which is something that Jayco does, and on top of the standard E450 suspension and ride control, you do have certain things like Hellwig helper springs, give you a little bit softer ride and drive. You do have rubber body isolation mounts to kind of give you more of a shock absorber between the forward steel chassis and then the actual body, that the motorhome body mounted to the chassis. You got a computer balanced drive shaft. Just gives you, now, is it life-changing, huge difference? No, but it is a significantly noticeable difference between this and, say, another brand without the J Ride. You do have a bed up top. This is a full to queen size bed. It is bigger than a full, smaller than a queen. You're going to use queen size sheets. This cushion just lays across it, makes your bed. You do have a TV with a power swivel, which you're not paying for, but the original owners probably paid $1,000 for that. Pretty cool floor plan for a small motorhome. I think it is, anyway. You got a decent sized kitchen that doesn't look like stove eye's ever been lit. Got a microwave convection oven, so you've actually still got an oven in it. Double basin sink, which is always nice. Very nice drawers and cabinets. You got an 8 cubic foot Norcold. Again, like the rest of the motorhome, doesn't look like it's hardly been used. I mean, and it is starting to get cold. We do guarantee the major systems to work, which includes both slide outs, refrigerator, freezer, roof air, generator, steps, running and driving, and water systems, which also includes water pump, water heater, toilets, spigots, faucets, and more. So, you know, like I said, if you got questions about that, just call and talk to one of my salespeople. Table booth's going to fold down, make a bed. Got overhead storage, 13,500 BTU ducted roof air, doing a fantastic job. Does have a power awning. You've got a privacy door right here. We're going to step toward the back with an outside vanity, and this, of course, is your closet that comes out in your slide out, which I think this was kind of an afterthought. I mean, yeah, it helps. I guess every little bit of storage helps, but I mean, I think they could have done it without that, but heck, what do I know, guys? You do have a rear slide. Now, one thing, guys, this bedroom slide, when you're going down the road, is obviously going to be slid in. You pop that mattress up, it's going to fold up against the wall. This bed is not usable when you're driving down the road and the slide out is inside the coach. So you will only have the table booth bed and the Cabover bed. Now that Cabover bed is rated for 750 pounds too, by the way. So you will have to take a few seconds to deploy your rear slide out if you are parked somewhere. Of course, you can't go down the road with it out. But like I said, if you're parked in a parking lot somewhere, just take a few seconds, put your rooms out. It's no big deal. And you have a comfortable bed. 84-inch ceiling height. So, you know, very comfortable if you're a tall, big guy like me. Do have a furnace, which, I mean, you don't really think about that now when it's 97 degrees outside, but, you know, winter will come. Got some nightstands, plug-ins, some lights, reading lights, individual reading lights. Bathroom, of course, you got a medicine cabinet. Pretty big bathroom, really, for a small motor. And I mean, 26 foot to me is still a pretty small motorhome. But you got a big shower for a 26.5 foot motorhome. You've got a skylight, you got an RV toilet window, vent. This is not bad at all, guys, and I don't think there's any carpet in here either. It's all linoleum floor, vinyl. Very easy to keep clean. I mean, again, this is the type of used RV that new shoppers look for before they have to settle and buy a new one because they can't find it. I mean, this is the kind, you know, this is the gem that, like I said, people looking for used. They get disgusted because they can't find it, so they go out and spend 120 grand, 130 grand on a new one. And I just checked too, Jayco's website. 2023s are going to be coming out in a couple months, and they're going to start at 135 grand according to Jayco's website. So I don't know if they're going to offer some new stuff, new floor. I think they're going to come out with a bunch of new floor plans. But so guys, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, you can go spend 130 grand on a new one with 2,000, and the new one, depending on how far the dealer is from the factory, is already going to be driven 1,000 miles, and you know how many times it's been test driven, demoed, and all that. It's probably already going to have 800, 900, 1,000, 1,500 miles. Or buy this one with 11,500 miles on it for half price. It's a no-brainer, guys, and you see the condition it's in. I mean, this thing is just absolutely pristine. I'm not going to use the term like new because it is a used motorhome, and I'm sure if you look close enough, long and hard enough, and went over this thing with a magnifying glass and just crawled over every little inch and nook and crevice of this thing, you may find some signs of wear and tear, but I'm not going to do that. I don't have that much time, unfortunately. But this is about as close to perfect or as close to like new as you could ever find a used RV to be in. And really, this thing would be pristine condition if it was a 2021 used model. Beautiful, beautiful condition. It's way under book. NADA, I think, was like 78,000. I mean, I may be wrong on that. I looked it up earlier today, and I may have to. Let me flash it up real quick, guys. Hang on one second. I mean, I may be wrong on that. Hang on one second. Because it seems like I remember 64.9 is the actual, by the time you adjust for the mileage, was actually the low retail price on this. And I checked RV Trader earlier, and there is one other one out there that's actually a lower price than this one. It was a for sale by owner, which, you know, for sale by owners, they're not going to guarantee anything. We'd at least guarantee the major systems and guarantee a clean, clear title in-house. But the for sale by owner had almost 50,000 miles on it, so, and it was like 5,000 less. So it's $5,000 really worth something that's been used a lot more, that has, you know, 4 times the miles on it. You know, years worth, several years worth more of driving on it than this one. for $5,000 worth of savings. I don't know about y'all, but 5,000, when you're looking at $65,000, what's $5,000? I mean, but you know, you be your own judge of that. And you look on RV Trader, that's as of today, guys, July 20th, 2022. I don't know when you're watching this video, but you know, every time I mention RV Trader, that's as of time of video production. You know, if you're watching this video 4 years from now, obviously that's not the case. But as of today, and believe me, there's some out here quite a bit more money than this with more miles and not near as nice condition that I can tell from the pictures. But anyway, if this is something you think you're interested in, and if this is the size motorhome you want, I do like this floor plan. You know, I know that little slide out, I don't know, that's the only thing I would probably say. Yeah, it's cool, but I could do with or without it. But hey, it's there, it's might as well take advantage of it. The rear slide is kind of nice because it gives you a shorter motorhome when you're driving, gives you an extra foot or two when you're parked. And the fact, I like that you really don't have a side slide, so you know, you get into some of these primitive campsites, some of these state parks, older campgrounds, you get into a spot that, you know, a lot of these older campgrounds have spots that they can only put somebody in that doesn't have a huge slide out on the side. And they may be completely full because pretty much everybody's got slide outs now, but you may have that one rare motorhome that, because you don't even have to put that slide out, that closet slide, you can use it just fine with that slide out in. And you might be able to get a spot where nobody else could because of that. So just something to think about. And you know, we're not going to jerk you around, add all these fees and all these upsells like all the other dealers do. $64.9 is the price, haggle free, firm, doesn't matter if you pay cash, if you finance, trade, or a combination of three, if you go through our banks or your bank, it doesn't matter to us, guys. We do have financing with approved credit and down payment, and we do not mark interest rates up. So not only are we saving you a ton of money on the price, but the fact that we're probably saving you thousands of dollars in finance fees because we don't mark rates up. And we don't have upsells. We don't force upsells, and we don't even offer them. So you don't have to worry about getting ripped off on extended warranties, gap insurance, and all this other junk. That's not worth the paper it's written on. You know, I highly encourage, whether you buy from us or somebody else, say no to any upsells, guys. That's just a way for them to make extra money on you. If they play that, hey, I only sell this thing to you for the advertised price if you buy this warranty and this gap insurance, just get up and walk away because they're ripping you off. And if you catch them on that, just tell them Big Bo said so. And if they catch you on that, what else are they catching? What else are they ripping you off on that you're not catching them on? I mean, guys, big dealers like that do stuff like that, that do shady stuff like that, give independent mom and pop dealers like us a bad rep. And you know, it's just it's sad, really. And I see victims almost every week. I meet victims of dealerships like that. I mean, there's Ripoff World 5 miles up the road. They're a prime example of that, guys. You see an RV advertised from one of their dealerships, you can go ahead and add. I had a bill of sale I found in a unit the other day, one they sold about 2 years ago. $30,000 travel trailer. They added and this wasn't even counting sales tax, almost $15,000 worth of fees and upsells to a $30,000 camper. In other words, the people, and I think they, according to the paperwork, they paid like $4,000 down. I mean, what is that? So in other words, they paid 150% of the sales price and still finance 140% of the actual sales price. What do you do in that situation? Nothing. You can't trade it, you can't sell it unless you get buried that much more in something else. You're stuck in it for years. I hope you like the camper. When you buy from a place like that, I hope you like the one you buy, because unless you come up with a ton of cash, you're stuck in it for years. You can't trade it, you can't sell it, you owe too much on it. And bad thing is, when you tell people that, they blame you, not the dealer they bought it from 9 times out of 10. Well, they think we're all the same. We're not. I mean, that never would have happened here. People think, oh, I got to buy a brand new one for whatever reason. They don't realize how much money you lose. I mean, this prime example, half price, 11,000 miles. The original owner of this thing, I don't know how many trips they took, but I guarantee you, gosh, it probably cost them $10,000 a trip to take this thing RVing and just in depreciation. $10,000 a trip in depreciation, or close to it. That's just crazy amount of money to lose. But hey, that's why you're watching this video. That's why you're making the smart decision to buy used over new. Let somebody else take the hit. Now, you're not going to find a you're not going to find a motorhome like this at any price at any dealership. You know, we've got 54 years of buying experience, guys, over half a century of connections, buying experience, and of course money to be able to get deals like this before the big dealers get them, because we operate off our own money. We've been in business over half a century. We don't finance anything. Dealers know that they can sell stuff like this to us. People know they can sell stuff like this to us. They get paid on the spot. You go to like Rip Off World, you sell them an RV, it's 14 to 21 days before you get a check after you give them your RV and a title. That's because they have to send it off to their bank to floor plan it, and it's mailed to you. Guys, you bring a motorhome here, a camper, whatever you're going to sell us, we write you a check on the spot. Or if you got to pay off, we pay it off that same day or the next day on the spot. I mean, we don't play around. We don't put stuff off, guys. We operate off our own money and have for many, many years, because we've been in business for that. We've been in business for over half a century. We don't owe anybody anything as far as money-wise. And that makes a huge difference, guys. That's why I get stuff like this before anybody else can. And that's why, because I don't have the overhead the big dealers do, I'm able to sell these things for less than anybody else. I don't have stadiums named after my dealership, guys. I don't have NASCAR races named after my dealership, or college football games I don't have named after my dealership like Rip Off World. You know how many thousands of dollars they have to add to every unit they sell to pay for all that every consumer has to pay for? I mean, it's crazy, guys. They don't pay for that stuff. They pay for it up front, but they get it all back from the people that buy RVs from them, because they pay thousands of dollars more for the same RV they can buy here for thousands less, just to pay all that extra overhead from all that advertising. But you know what? That's why, again, while you're making the smart decision to look at our inventory and look at my YouTube channel, I'm saving you money. And if you don't buy from us, buy from a mom and pop independent dealer, guys. There's not many of us left, guys, but try to find one. And if you can't buy from us, at least buy from somebody like us. We're out there. And the longer you support dealers like us, the longer we'll still be around. Because once RV business goes all corporate, I feel sorry for the general public that wants to buy RVs, because it's just going to get 10 times worse. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Appreciate y'all watching me and listening to my rants. Hope I didn't scare y'all too bad. But, you know, we're family owned and operated since 1968, third generation right here in Ringgold, Georgia. Financing available. We do take trade-ins. We buy RVs every day. If you've got one for sale, call 706-965-7929. Call the same number if you want to buy this one. Or if you want to look at our current selection of Class Cs, you can go to my website, parkwayrvcenter.com. I've got a large selection, used Class Cs, way less than new ones, half price. Some of them much less than half price. And like I said, we do guarantee the major systems to work, the slide outs, generator, roof airs, refrigerator, plumbing systems, steps, running and driving. Of course, anything else we leave to you. We take care of the major stuff. We leave any kind of Mickey Mouse stuff to you to fix it or not fix it. We do recommend you come down, do your own inspection, or, and this is crazy for a dealer to say, because no other dealer in the country will say this, hire a third-party inspection service, guys. A few $100s, and you know, without a doubt, anything and everything it needs. You know, beyond the major systems inspection that we do. And one of my salespeople more than happy to send you over a form detailing exactly what we inspect and repair if needed for the price that we sell them for. Now, if you want to pay the whatever the retail price was on this unit, I think it was $78,000. We'll be more than happy to give you a full retail inspection. So it's your choice. But for $64.09, we do just cover the major stuff that can cost you the most money if they don't work and that can ruin your trip. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm probably not going to drive this one today. We're kind of short on salespeople this week. Got a couple out on vacation. So, which I did drive some Jaycos last week, and I mean 11,000 miles. I'm not worried about the driving of it. I mean, we drove it several hundred miles in here. It's going to drive like the other ones I drove last week, which should be, I mean, if it had, you know, 60, 70,000 miles on her, or if it was 15, 20 years old, yeah, I'd drive it. But I don't see any reason to drive a 5-year-old motorhome with 11,000 miles. I mean, it's going to drive pretty much like a 2022 model will. But anyway, and like I said, the only thing with this room is you will not be able to use the master bed. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Smash me a thumbs up. Feel free to comment, share on social media, and come out and visit with us. And look forward to seeing you here in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia. And as always, call before coming to look. Make sure this unit is available. That last one I did yesterday sold by 10 o'clock this morning. I mean, check in hand by 10 o'clock this morning. And completely paid in full. Thanks again. Look forward to seeing you in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia.